It was one of the first bugs I ever found, and it's actually a really pretty easy bug to find, and it is in HTML. So let's go ahead and check it out. Hey, welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to cover some HTML and CSS for bug bounty hunting or web application testing. And towards the middle end of this video, I'm actually going to show you one of the first bugs I found within a bug bounty program. And the program was actually trusting the client with some information that they shouldn't have. It was a really low impact bug, but it was a bug nonetheless. So the purpose of this video is to give you an understanding of HTML and CSS. I understand that some of you are new to the world of bug bounty hunting and penetration testing and are not familiar with HTML or CSS. And when you look at a page source and you just see a bunch of tags that you've never seen before, it can be kind of scary. So I'm going to show you that they're just really not that scary, and HTML and CSS is something really easy to learn. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so I have this link right here in the description. If you would like to open up a code sandbox and try and follow along, you can. So you can click this link, it'll bring you to this page. We're just going to deal with plain static HTML. So you will click static, and it's going to load a page like this. You will want to add a style sheet, so you can just come in here and say style.css, and in here is where we will add our styles, and then we can come back to our HTML and you will need to link this. So what you will do is type something like this. We're going to go link, and then we will type in our style sheet, and then we want an href that is going to be connected to our style.css. Now that we have this all hooked up right here, I want to show you, if you just come over to like a regular page and we click view page source right here, you're going to see a lot of hrefs on this one, and if you click on one, we will change, we'll see some images. And if we go to say try hack me and we view the page source, we're going to have some anchor tags, some li for lists, a div tag, and we have a span. A lot of this stuff might look really scary, but it's really not. All of this will be inside of body tag right here, and we're not going to mess with the head tag because we're not actually trying to build anything. So when you see this h1 or a paragraph tag, so maybe we just have a p like this, and all it does is it changes the text size. The same thing is true if we type in an h2. It's just going to change our text size. So if we have h1 and we save this, you're going to see it get bigger. We can also use the style sheet over here. If we type in h1 and we save this, it's going to now change our heading 1 into the text color to red. And so you can see that right here. And for this, we don't have any divs, but if you are familiar with HTML at all, you're going to be familiar with seeing a div tag like this. It divides for us up the web application into a bunch of chunks so that you can style it in different sections. So what you can do with something like this is you can actually give it a class, and we can say we want div1, and if we save this, you will see that the text changes to our style sheet that we have set over here to div1. It gives it a background of brown, and it says that the color is blue. So if we take out our h1 here, save this, it should change our text color to blue and gives a background color of brown. So you can think of a div kind of as a box, and you can actually have divs inside of divs, and this is going to be really common. So if you go inspect, say, an Amazon page, you're going to see divs all over the place, and they'll have divs inside of divs with anchor tags and hrefs all over on Amazon. And that's not something to really worry about or be scared of, because all it is it's just breaking the page up into different boxes to make it easier to style and make the web application look nice for the user. So that's not actually going to be anything that's helpful for us as bug bounty hunters. And I want to show you a really simple bug that I found. It was one of the first bugs I ever found, and it's actually a really pretty easy bug to find, and it is in HTML. So let's go ahead and check it out. So what I came across was an input field. So we had an input, and it took some text like this. We can just leave that as text. I'm going to change that here in just a little bit to make it more realistic for what it looked like. It had a max length of 100 characters, but for this case we're going to use a max length of 10 characters. And if we save this, we get our field right here. We can actually add in a button if we want, something like this, or we could actually just make it say submit, so that way it looks more realistic. So we have this submit and this text field. Now, what I came across was no matter what I do, I can't type more than 10 characters. But they have this stored on the client side, and the server wasn't actually checking to see how many characters were inside the input field. And I actually came across this bug by accident. I was trying to make a comment, and it wouldn't let me put more than 100 characters, and I needed more than 100 characters to make my comment. So I thought, if they have a bug bounty program, I'm totally testing this. Came over here, I went to inspect, and I'll show you how I did this. I came to this right here, and because this is stored on the client side, I just typed this into 100, and now I can type in more characters than what it was allowing me to. So this is how I found one of my very first ever bugs, was just something like this within HTML. This is something to check, and sometimes there will be hidden fields as well, and you can change those. And let's say this right here was a password. Now if we save that, it'll refresh our page over here. You get these little bubbles just like this. And sometimes you'll come across a page that has stuff like this that's stored and it's supposed to be secure, but if it's really stored on the client side, it is not secure at all, because you can just change this right here. I can come down here and inspect, and I can say text, and now I can look at everything in plain text. So sometimes there will be hidden fields that have stuff typed in as like a password or something that is hidden. You just delete the hidden, and now it will show up on the web page, and then you can change the password to text, and you can just see very easily what is on the page. So this was an introduction into HTML and CSS for bug bounty hunting. If you would like to see more about HTML and CSS, please let me know down in the comments so I know that you guys are interested, and I can make more videos for you around HTML, CSS, and maybe even some JavaScript. Please let me know down in the comments, and thanks for watching. If you're interested more in this area of penetration testing, dealing with HTML and CSS and a little bit of JavaScript, check out this video right here.